Well, Donald Trump is back in court today for closing arguments in his New York civil fraud trial. The former president and his company are accused of inflating the value of their properties and assets. The New York Attorney General is calling for a $370 million fine and a lifetime ban on Mr. Trump from doing any real estate business here in this state. Mr. Trump has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing. NBC News correspondent Rehema Ellis is live outside the courthouse in Manhattan for us this afternoon. Rehema, Trump asked to speak during the closing arguments. The judge denied that request because Mr. Trump's lawyers wouldn't agree to certain conditions. So lay out the case that both sides are making today, and when do we expect a decision?
Vicki, let me start with the first part of the fact that Trump was denied an opportunity to speak inside the courtroom. But what he did before court began at 10 o'clock this morning was he addressed the cameras in the hallway. And take a listen to what he said.
I want to speak. I want to make this summation. At this moment, the judge is not letting me make the summation because I'll bring up things that he doesn't want to hear. And it's a very unfair trial. It's interference, it's political interference, and it's something that shouldn't be allowed.
In essence, what he was saying is part of why the judge denied him the opportunity to speak inside the courtroom. The judge had set parameters saying that you can't talk about facts that have not been entered in the case. You can't disparage members of the court and things of that nature. But the former president spoke about those things outside. Now, as to what is happening in terms of the arguments, first, the defense, former President Trump's defense has been speaking, talking about that this is just unfair, that the former president has been unfairly targeted, that he has done nothing wrong. You know, this is all about whether he overinflated or underinflated the value of his properties. The judge has already found that there was fraud in this case. Now they're trying to decide how much he should be held responsible in terms of money in respect to it. But one of the things I found very interesting, listen to this one little portion here, where the defense attorney is saying that his client is a very wealthy man. He had no reason to commit fraud, and there's no proof that anyone was harmed. And he said that's unrebuttable. The judge then turns to the attorney general, the prosecutor, and says, and to the court, he says, you keep talking about unrebutted testimony. Attorney general, is it your position I have to accept unrebutted testimony? And the prosecutor says, no, Your Honor. So the judge says, I don't have to accept that testimony if I don't think it's credible.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.